Hello, Hannah the Suburban Witch here, and today I'm going to take you through a very quick way of crafting a reading with your tarot cards. This video is great for those who are beginning on their tarot journey and those who maybe just want a little bit of a refresher or a new way of doing things. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Hannah the Suburban Witch, a professional tarot reader and astrologer, and I love bringing you all of my witchy tips here on YouTube. I also run the Witch Talks podcast. Head on over, have a listen. It's here on YouTube, it is on Spotify, it is on Apple, it is amazing. And I'm on pretty much all other social media platforms, so feel free to give me a follow because my content changes depending on where you find it. All right. So we are going to be crafting a reading, okay? This is something that a lot of people have trouble with. They might understand the meaning of the cards, but not know how to put it into perspective. So we're just gonna give it a go here today, all right? So let's give a little shuffle. You can feel free to bring your cards out as well if you would like to join me. And I'm just gonna pick from the top today. So let's see. All right, 2 of Cups, okay? We've got 2 of Cups. I'm gonna pull another card out as well. Page of Cups, all right, great. Maybe one more, let's see. Ooh, here we go, 8 of Pentacles. Now, we're going to be reading them all upright today. Now, reversals are great and all, I love them, but we don't always have to use them. You don't have to use them. And if you're just beginning, definitely don't use them. More on that in another video. So when we are looking at the individual cards, sometimes we can find it super easy to read the card by itself, but not so easy to weave it all together, right? So 2 of Cups. What does it mean? Tell me what it means. Well, first things first, I want you to have a look at the number, okay? The number at the top. What do 2s in the tarot mean? Balance, equality, duality, relationships. What do cups in the tarot mean? Intuition, relationships, emotions, okay? Already we have so many keywords to base our meaning of this card off. Now notice that relationships came up 2 times. Balance, this sort of duality nature. What do we see in this card? We see 2 people meeting on even equal ground, sharing something with one another. Now this card actually has the meaning that a lot of people think the Lovers has. This is more of a card about love, okay? It doesn't have to be romantic love either. That would depend on some of the other cards around it. But this one is about that deeper connection that we have with another person. There is also the caduceus of Hermes here. So sometimes this brings us a message. And sometimes people associate this with health as well. Our next card, another Cups card. All right, so we still have emotion, intuition, relationships. Yet this one is standing alone and he's a page, okay? What's a page mean? Pages are still learning their craft, okay? When we look at traditional court, right, back in the olden days when we had kings and queens and all that jazz, pages were almost like a knight in training, right? They would run around and do all of the duties that needed to be done. The Page of Cups would know all about, like his specialty is knowing all about all of the people at all the times that might be attending the court or attending the kingdom. He knew who everyone was, how they were related, how they were interlinked. It was his job to know this. So if a knight or a queen or someone said, who's that? Who's that? Who do I need to know? How do I get this done? The page would be like, oh no, I know. They get the little handy book, writing it all down, or they might know all of this stuff, right? It's their job to know and to learn and to absorb all of that information. See how we get a little bit deeper with the page there? Often I find, like we look at the little fish there, what's that fish doing? Often I find it's very intuitive, right? Potentially someone that is learning or leaning into their intuitive abilities. Lastly, we have here the 8 of Pentacles, okay? What do 8s mean? 8s are often power, progress and movement, okay? Doing something. What are Pentacles? Pentacles, we look at really practical stuff. Finances, work-life balance, sometimes health as well, material things that we own, right? Really practical, down-to-earth stuff. actual work. All three of these together. What sort of a reading could this be? And this is going in with no spread in mind, no question in mind, because you don't need all of those. But let's see a story that these together could create. What is this telling us? So let's say you've come in, I've pulled these. At the moment, you're having to work really, really hard in your relationships because you are not leaning into your intuition enough to trust what it is that's coming up for you and to teach you what you need to know about your relationships. You need to lean more into your feeling aspect and get out of your head of what you think you need to work hard on in your relationships, because you're making life hard for yourself. Like, yes, relationships are work, but you should be meeting on equal solid ground, okay? You shouldn't constantly be running in that rabbit wheel. Like, that's just a simple, tiny little explanation, right? You can do that with any cards. This is a really great exercise for you to do at home on your own. This is your homework. Go home, pull some cards, see how you might make that a reading. So some people are like, oh, but they're all positive cards. You can have positive and negative aspects in all of the cards, and you don't have to read them depending on if they're upright or down, upside down, whatever. You can just pull out the negative or positive aspects in any of your readings. Trust your intuition. Learn to trust your intuition, especially when it comes to other people. You don't always have to work so hard to make things work. If it's not working, it's not working. Listen to your intuition, right? That's how you can weave it all together. Taking the themes and the ideas and the vibes in those cards and smooshing them into one thing. It's beautiful work. Let me know, did this video help you? Has this given you a good example to draw off and to do into other things in the way that you read? I would love to hear from you. As always, have a lovely day wherever you are in the world today. And if you have any more questions about tarot, check through this tarot playlist. There is tons of content all about the tarot. Bye for now.